E3 2016 is almost upon us, but so far it looks like the much anticipated stage show will be all over the place. We may not quite be in for the massive conference we were all hoping for, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be a complete damn squib. There have been multiple rumors of big name and hardware announcements, and if those are anything to go by, we can still expect some big moments at E3 2016. Let's take a look at 15 of the biggest rumors that we want to see confirmed at E3 this year. Red Dead 3. Red Dead Redemption was one of Rockstar's crowning achievements last generation, played by many and loved by all. And ever since John Marston's thrilling adventure in the lawless Wild West back in 2010, people have been clamoring for more of the same. It looks like they're finally going to get what they want. Red Dead 3 has been in the news and the rumors for some time now, and Take-Two have even said that this E3 is going to be a big one for them. This being Rockstar's first game made exclusively for the current gen systems is just another reason for us to get excited for what they have in store for us. Resident Evil 7. It's fair to say that the Resident Evil series has seen some bad years ever since it hit its peak with the fantastic Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 5, while a very enjoyable experience, was a bit of a letdown, and Resident Evil 6 is probably the worst numbered game in the series. However, it looks like Resident Evil 7 might be a step in the right direction for the fabled franchise. There have been strong rumors about Resident Evil 7's announcement at E3 this year, and what we've heard of the game in those rumors so far has made us cautiously optimistic. Forza Horizon 3. The Forza Motorsport franchise has been moving from strength to strength and has effectively dethroned Gran Turismo as the ultimate racing sim experience. But it has undoubtedly lost some of its allure thanks to its annual model of installments. The Forza Horizon subseries, however, remains probably the best source of arcade racing. Forza Horizon 3 has been heavily rumored for a while, and it's safe to assume that Microsoft will be unveiling it at E3 for the Xbox One and possibly PC as well. Assassin's Creed Empire. The Assassin's Creed series took a much-needed break from its annual model this year. While many people were of the opinion that last year's Assassin's Creed Syndicate was an improvement over the franchise's last few installments, the consensus remained that the series was stuck in a downward spiral. The one-year gap might give it just the vigorous shake it needs though. Assassin's Creed Empire is all but officially announced, and we're hoping Ubisoft will unveil what is effectively a reboot of the franchise at E3 this year. A few more details on what the game is going to be like would go a long way with convincing us to stick it out with the popular franchise for just one more year. Crash Bandicoot. There have been multiple hints about a possible revival of the beloved Crash Bandicoot franchise over the last few years, one of the most prominent being the Easter egg in the recently released Uncharted 4. There is a complication, however. Sony no longer owns Crash Bandicoot, and the franchise is owned by Activision. The two companies, however, have grown into a friendship recently, especially after Destiny, so there remains a possibility that Crash Bandicoot may be revived as a PlayStation exclusive, even if the exclusivity is timed rather than permanent. PS4 Neo and Xbox One Scorpio. The PS4 Neo and the Xbox One Scorpio are more or less confirmed by this point. No, they still haven't received official announcements, but everyone knows they're a thing, and no one, not even Sony and Microsoft, are making any efforts to deny or even hide that fact. These two mid-cycle upgrades to the PS4 and the Xbox One could turn out to be a new paradigm altogether for console gaming by changing the expectations for tech upgrades for them from once every 5 to 7 years to once every 2 or 3. Will people embrace an idea as radical as this, or will they be pushed back? It remains to be seen, honestly. Dead Rising 4, much like a lot of other entries in this list, is all but confirmed. It has been in the news for some time now and has been leaked more than once. It's going to be the first game in the series to be built on Unreal Engine 4 featuring 4-player co-op, and if the reports are anything to go by, it's going to be a remake of the original game. That sounds like a winning formula, and we hope to see it confirmed at E3. Borderlands 3. We know Borderlands 3 exists. Gearbox have said as much themselves, claiming that they would get into its development after they were done with Battleborn. The Borderlands series made a strong debut with its first game, and with the second installment, it more or less perfected the refreshing ideas and formulas that made the first game such a success. We can't wait to see what Gearbox have in store for us with Borderlands 3, and we're hoping they'll give us a glimpse at E3. Prey 2. Now this is a tricky one. Prey 2 had long been in development at Human Head under the guidance of Bethesda, and people had been keenly looking forward to it for quite some time, but before Bethesda dropped the bombshell that the game had been scrapped and would never see the light of day. There is, however, still some hope. Recent rumors indicate that Arcane Studios have begun development on Prey 2 from scratch, and that it is going to be a completely different game from the one that was scrapped. It is in fact supposed to be a spiritual successor to System Shock 2. Whether there's any truth to these rumors remains to be seen, but we're hoping for official confirmation, one way or another, at E3. Visceral Star Wars Project. After having worked on the Uncharted series, Amy Hennig decided to move on to Visceral Games, who are best known for the Dead Space series, and together they're working on a new Star Wars project. We have heard much and more about this project, but somehow we still know very little about it. We are, however, still excited to see just what exactly it's all about. A Star Wars action title made in the typical Visceral style with the storytelling of Amy Hennig sounds like a winning combination, and we want to see more of it at E3. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been in development on and off for over a decade now, but now it looks like it's finally on the verge of being officially announced. Rumors and reports early in the year suggested that Beyond Good and Evil 2 could possibly be a Nintendo NX exclusive, so that is a complication. The NX and anything to do with it is going to be absent from the E3 lineup this year, so there's a very real chance that Beyond Good and Evil 2 might not make it to the show. However, given the fact that it's still an Ubisoft title and not a Nintendo game, we still remain hopeful. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Remaster. The first thing Bethesda did with this generation's hardware, even before they launched Fallout 4, was port Skyrim over to the Xbox One. Only internally, of course, and only as a way to test the hardware and its capabilities, but they still did it. Todd Howard himself has reiterated a few times that they might as well release a Skyrim remaster in the future. With Bethesda still heavily working on Fallout 4 and its post-release content, it remains unlikely that we will get an Elder Scrolls 6 announcement anytime soon. But hopefully Bethesda will announce the Skyrim remaster to help tide over fans until the inevitable sequel eventually launches. Rocksteady's next title. Rocksteady's next game has long been a topic for hot debates. After their incredible work on the Batman Arkham trilogy, people have been salivating over whatever it is they're working on now. Will it be a Justice League title, a Flash game, Superman as per some rumors, and even an Easter egg in Arkham Knight, or maybe something along the lines of Ninja Turtles? We haven't the slightest, to be honest with you, but just like everyone else, we can't wait to see what it is they've been working on. Will they announce it at E3 this year? It's possible, so let's keep our fingers crossed. The Last of Us 2. Naughty Dog have already told us that they've been working on a sequel to The Last of Us, even if that work was only preliminary planning rather than full-fledged development, even before they started development on Uncharted 4, and now that their involvement with the Uncharted series is over, according to them at the very least, we can safely assume and hope that they'll go back to The Last of Us next. Even so, it would seem that the game is in very early stages of its development, so it remains unlikely that they'll show it off at E3 this year. However, there remains a slight possibility that maybe Sony will announce the game, the fact that it exists at the very least, and frankly that would be enough to get us off our seats. New Battletoads. Rare's classic brawler Battletoads has been teased for a revival for years now, and it looks like this will be the year that what has been a dream for many all these years finally becomes a reality. There have been strong rumors online that Rare and Microsoft are going to come out with this major announcement at E3 this year, and given Microsoft's expert handling of Killer Instinct, we can't help but be excited at the prospect of a new Battletoads title. Will we get to see it at E3 in a few days' time? It remains to be seen.
Like this video? Why not give us a like and subscribe? We try and upload amazing videos almost every single day. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.